Hello guys, this is Ishmael from 90-Second Web Hub. In this tutorial, we are going to take a look at how to install Google Web Fonts on our local system so that we'll be able to use it in our 90-second website project. So to get started, I'm going to go to fonts.google.com. So I have fonts.google.com, and then this is going to open the Google Web Fonts page for me. So I have a lot of fonts in here. I have to go through the font and select the one I would like to install and use in my project. So I'm going to select this Montserrat. I'm going to hit on the plus icon here, which is going to be added to my list. I can add any other if I want, but I'm going to just stick to this. So I'm going to go ahead and open this section, and then there are other options attached to it. So if I want to use it, that is by embedding it in my project, I can go ahead and follow this procedure. But in this tutorial, we are going to go ahead and download this particular font. So I'm going to hit on the download icon here, and then the font is going to get downloaded. So I have my font downloaded. Let me just go ahead and hit on save to download it. So my font has been downloaded. I'm going to go ahead and go to the download directory so that I have my font here. Now what I'm going to do is to extract this particular font I have here. So I'm going to right click on it, and then I'm going to select extract, or to extract it onto my location I have here. So this is going to extract the font I have downloaded, and I think it takes some few seconds. I have that done here. As you can see, the Montserrat font comes with a lot of options. Now you can choose to install all the options, or you can choose to install just any of the options that you prefer here. Now there are two ways of going about the installation. One is to simply double click on the font, and then there is going to be a prompt asking you whether you want to install the font, and then you go ahead and select install. So this is where I get to select install, and then the font is going to get installed on my system. Now let's go ahead and install this one. So I have my font being installed, as you saw that, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. That's close it, and then come back to my font section. Now the other way to install the font is to right click on your system here, that is this PC on Windows, and go to I'm just going to open this in a new window. So I have all my drives showing here. So what I'm going to do is to come to my local drive C. Now when I come to my local drive C, what I'm going to go is to come to my Windows folder, and then I'm going to locate font. Now open the font folder, and then I'm going to move this a bit here. Now come back to my font that I extracted here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all the fonts because I want to have all these fonts installed. So I'm going to highlight all the fonts excluding this, which is a test file, and what I'm going to do is just simply move it to this particular section. So this is going to ask me if I want to install my font. Okay, as you can see, the fonts are being installed. Now this prompt is asking me because I already installed the black, that's the Montserrat black font. So I'm just going to select yes to install it again, which is going to overwrite what was already there. And as you can see, we have our font installed. Now I'm going to go ahead and open my 90-second website builder, and what I'm going to do is to configure this so that it sees the font that I have installed on my system. Now I'll come to tools. Under tools, I'm going to go to the options section. Now under options, I'm going to scroll down a bit to come to, let's just come to the HTML section, and then I'm going to come to the very bottom which says web fonts. Now I'll click on the drop down arrow by this, and then I'm going to select the last option, which is use Google Fonts for non-web safe fonts. So I'm going to select this, and then I'll come to the manage section. Now I'm going to add the fonts that I have installed on my system. So I'll hit on add, and then I'm going to select the font family. So I have Montserrat, so I'm going to go to the M section, and as you can see, I have my Montserrat here. Now I have a couple of options with this. I'll just simply select this, and then I'm not going to enter anything for parameters. I'll just select OK, and then OK, and then I'll go ahead and hit on OK again. Now let's see if we'll be able to use this in our project. I'll come to toolbox, and then I'm going to select the text tool. Now I'm going to draw in here, and then I'm going to double click on this. Let me just double click on my text here. So I'll highlight the text I have here, and then I'll come to the font section where I get to select my font. Now when you come to the bottom, there is an option that says display more and command non-web safe font. So I'm going to just display more to be able to get lots of options there. So I'll come back to it, and then this time around I'm going to scroll to the M section. So I'm going to hit on M, or I can simply type my font, which is going to be Montserrat. Let me just type Montserrat, and as you can have my font installed here. So I have all the options which are installed on my system. I'm going to go ahead and select this, and then let me just uncheck this, and as you can see, I have my font applied to this. So to really check that this has taken effect, I'm going to go ahead and preview this page. So I'm going to hit on F5 on my keyboard, and then this page is going to load in the browser. So let's just get it to load. Let me just go ahead and hit on OK to preview it in my browser, so that I check that I have my font actually applied to this particular text I have in here. So I have my browser opened. Let's just wait a while for our page to load. So we have our page loaded. What I'm going to do is to right click on the text I have in here. I'm going to inspect elements to check whether I have my font, that's Montserrat, applied to this particular text I have here. So this is going to open the inspect properties, and when I come to the right hand side where I have rules, as you can see, I have font family, which is Montserrat. Now that is how to install and use Google Web Fonts in your 90-second website project. Now one good thing about having installed fonts on your system is that now when I come to the toolbox, and should in case I want to use a tool like the shape tool, so when I click on the shape tool and I draw in here and I double click on it, and then I come to the text section, and then let's say I type any text here. Now I can even apply the font I have installed on my system to it. So I can scroll to the Montserrat font, and then I apply it to my shape or the text in my shape in here. This will also work for navigation. So I can come to the navigation section, and then let me just select the CSS menu. I'll draw in here, double click on it, come to my style, and then I'm going to go to the text section, and then under text where I have my font family, I can select Montserrat also for my that is my font to be used for this particular navigation. So I'll go ahead and hit on OK, and as you can see, it has taken effect. So that is it for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.